20 matches for the Brazilian national team, 4 goals with Ancelotti. It's 6 matches, 1 goal. You're in your first World Cup, but you're a guy who has already set age records in the Brazilian national team. Like I said, 20 matches for the national team, even though you're only 19 years old. Do you consider yourself a bit of a veteran on the Brazilian national team? Do you feel that way?
First of all, good afternoon, right? I'm very grateful to God for everything He does in my life and for having joined the national team at such a young age, right? It's already been 3 years since I've been coming to the national team. I'm very grateful to God for that because I know it's my responsibility and I have to keep doing my job so that, God willing, I can keep coming back to the national team, which is where I always want to be to represent my country and help the national team, which I think is the most important thing. That's what I have to do.
Mauro, please.
Edu, Henrique, good afternoon. Mauro Naves, SBT and N Sports. Look, 26 minutes against Haiti, 8 minutes against Scotland, now 46 against Japan. How is your anxiety, your conversations with your teammates, with your family about the possibility? Is it getting close to the time for you to start a game as a starter? And from what you saw in practice today, could that game be on Sunday?
Good afternoon, Mauro. Yeah, I'm very grateful to be here. For me, it's already a victory, to be with this group, to be on the Brazilian national team playing in the World Cup. And I think there are 26 players here who are eager to play, who are eager to help the national team, and everyone is prepared. And I am very prepared for this moment because if the 26 who are here weren't prepared, they wouldn't be here. So everyone here is waiting for an opportunity. Yeah, I will trust in God, trust my coach. The coach will do what's best for the team, and God willing, we'll play a good game and be able to move on to the next stage.
Good afternoon.
How are you, Edu? This is Enrique Nicoletti from ESPN. Today I saw you arrive at practice chatting with Neymar. And even in the first game when you were on the bench, he was talking to you and you said if you could, you would go onto the field. How has your relationship with him been? Because he's already a World Cup veteran. Has he been giving you any advice on how to play your first World Cup? He has 4 World Cups and this is your first one. Do you feel you have a good relationship with him, like he's passing the torch to you as the next generation?
So I have a very good relationship with him. No, first of all, good afternoon. Sorry. Yeah, and no, I have a really good relationship with Ney. We can hang out and joke around after practice, play cards together. We just keep chatting and having fun. Yeah, during some time off, I was able to spend time with him too. We could talk and he could talk to me. And it's really important to talk with these people who are the captains of the national team, not just Ney, but also Marquinhos, Casson, Kazan, and Alisson. Being around these smart players and learning from their experience is wonderful for me. It's something that, even though I haven't been in football for very long, I've always done. With Gustavo Gomes at Palmeiras, I always asked him what he thought I could do, because being around smart people, people who understand football, is important. You try to learn more about that. It's really good. And it's no different with Ney. I talk to him during the games, and we sit there, also when we're on the bench. So I'm going to try to learn as much as I can from Ney so I can apply that to my career, because there's still a lot of time ahead. Kiko He.
How are you, Andre? It's Kiko Menezes from Globo. You and Ryan have grown together since Ney's youth divisions to the national team. How would you define my career? You two are also the youngest on the team. When young players like you join the team, what happens to the team's maximum potential? Does the way the team plays change? With young players like Gui.
Guilherme, is that your name? No, Kiko. Kipo. Good afternoon, Kiko Kipo. Man, Ryan and I, we were even looking at some pictures of us playing in the Gold Cup back in 2017. And we also faced each other in the Brazil Cup under 17. So we also went to the national team together. So we've already had this friendship cycle, talking a lot. And here, it's me, him, and Thiago. We stick together there, chatting and joking around. And I think that for me and him, contributing to the team will always be part of our lives. Because we never imagined we'd be here at 19 years old now. So we're going to do everything we can. And when we get on the field, we'll try to help the team, do whatever the coach asks. Because like I said, it's a victory just to be here. So we have to earn it. These are really important games where there's no room for mistakes. So we have to go in to be able to help the national team. And thank God I was able to do that in the last game. And Ryan is already doing it, playing in the starting lineup. We'll do our best to help the national team, which is most important now.
Enrique, right here in front of you, Wellington Campos from Radio Itatiaia. Good to talk to you. Yeah, I wanted to ask you about Carlo Ancelotti. Many Brazilians are just now new about Ancelotti's titles, but are now discovering what it's like to work with him. What do you tell Brazilians? What is Carlo Ancelotti like?
Good afternoon, Wellington. Man, it's a wonderful experience, I think, with the coach. He was great, my first coach when I arrived in Europe, which for me was one of the best experiences. Having him as my first coach arriving in Europe was incredible for me, where I was able to learn a lot of things from him, but also from his staff, which is a really good staff. So I'm very grateful, and here with the national team, it's not any different. Yeah, and I'm really happy about that. Yeah, I think there wasn't really a fit. It's better to have Ancelotti as the coach of Brazil, to welcome the group, to help the group get along and keep improving more and more, which is what's happening at the World Cup. We aim to keep improving, which matters most to us this cycle.
Endrick up front, Rodrigo from Vamo channel. At the World Cup start, you weren't in the starting lineup or subbed in during the first game. And that became a topic, I think, both in the press and among people. Endrick had to come in. It became a big debate about that. Ancelotti replied that Endrick will join at the right time. He's ready. We're preparing for this moment. I wanted to know how it was for you to deal with that, if you handled it naturally, if you got more anxious about not getting in and then finally getting in. And now how is it? We need to have minutes on the field.
Good afternoon, Rodrigo. Like I said, my first season with the coach at Real was a season where I played a lot. Of course, it was just a few minutes, but I was coming in almost every game. And he always told me, stay calm, because your time will come, your moment will come. And there in the King's Cup, that's where he put me in a bit more. He let me start almost every game in the King's Cup. And that's where I was able to help the team, where I was able to score goals, I think, in almost every game. And I was always calm because the coach, as you know, is one of the most successful coaches in football, one of the best coaches in the world. So he knows very well what to do. It was clear, I think, in this last game, you saw him making good changes. The one who scored the goal was a guy who came off the bench. It was Martinelli. So I think you can be very calm because Mr. will always do what's best for the team. And I feel very calm with him and I always follow his advice. And also the staff who are very important to our team. And we also look for a lot of support from them.
Thank you, Endrick. Good afternoon. Up front, Monique Daniello, TNT Sports. Still on this topic, after the first game when you didn't get to play, Ancelotti was heavily questioned about your participation in the following press conferences. And before the game against Haiti, he gave an answer that made everyone very curious. He said, Endrick is not Mateus Cunha and he's not Igor Thiago, he's different. Since there was no follow-up, everyone wondered what he meant by different. What makes Endrick unlike Cunha or Igor Thiago? I wanted you to explain a little about what he talks to you about and how he plans to use you in a way that's different from your two teammates. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Monique. Man, I'm here at Lyon. I was able to help the team a lot playing as a number 9 too. I played out wide on the right, and I was also able to play as a false 9 there at Lyon. And the coach knows very well what my qualities are. He knows my characteristics because we spent a year at Real, and it was a year where I was always training, always improving, and he saw me. He knew how I could help the team. And it's no different here. He knows how I can contribute, but not just me, also Igor Thiago, Mateus Cunha. I think he knows all the players very well. And like I've always said, and I'll always say it here, he's not going to do what's best for me. He's not going to do what's best for Endrick. He's not going to do what's best for Mateus Cunha. He's going to do what's best for the team. And whatever is best, that's what he'll do. And that's it. I think that's his best quality. He's not afraid. He does what he believes is right. And things just happen. It seems like God looks out for him too. He says he's blessed because everything Carlo does just works out, you know. So I think all the players here are following the coach's plan. So I think we should keep it that way. And when the coach tells me to do something, I'll do it. I won't look back. I'll listen to his voice and follow his instructions. And
Endrick, over here to your left here. Enzo Oliveira for Telemundo. I'll ask you in Spanish if you want. I know you also speak Spanish well. If you want to, go ahead. I want to ask you about Rafinha, the Barcelona player. Very important for you. Unfortunately, he got injured. That has opened a door for other players, as you just said, Ryan, whom you know very well. What is your feeling? You as a team, as teammates, how is he doing? What does the team lose without him? But I also imagine you've talked to him a lot. He has a lot of experience. What has he told you, and how do you see the team's morale? Do you think he'll be available for this match against Norway? Thank you. Obrigado.
good afternoon. I'll speak in Portuguese, that's all. But no, Rafinha is a great player. He's a player who, for us, is extremely important. He's a player who, practically and tactically, is a beast. Offensively, he's also a beast. So, of course, we feel really sorry about losing him. But I believe that God will bless him enough so he can come back with us. So he can be with us, so he can help the national team. And of course, it opened other doors, just like what happened with Rayan. Now he can play. He's helping the national team. I think if it were different, if the coach had put Luis Henrique or even another player there, it would help the Brazilian national team because we are here to help. And as for Rafinha, like I said, I hope he comes back, right? It was bad luck that he had this injury. But like I said, he's a very important player for us. Yeah, we hope to have him back soon. So he can help the national team because I think he must be dying to be on the field, watching us train, watching us play, and not being able to help us. Because for him, that's really tough. But he's working, morning, afternoon, and night. He's doing what they're telling him to do so he can come back as soon as possible and be with us.
Henrique PVC here, right in front of you. PVC Channel O. You said that at Lyon, you played wide on the right, you also played as a false nine. Apparently, Ancelotti sees you as what he calls punta or meia punta, striker or second striker. Your role at Lyon when you play wide, is it the same as Rayan's? Or what's the difference?
Good afternoon to you, PVC. Man, to be honest, when I played at Lyon, I did what Paulo told me to do. Yeah, I was at Lyon, I had to defend a lot. Yeah, I did that, and I also had to attack a lot too. And I had to help the team. I think that's what I did at Lyon, and that helped me a lot to be able to be here. And every coach is different. Yeah, I don't think any coach will be the same. But you can be sure that if by any chance, I was able to come in as a right winger there against Scotland. And I did what the coach asked me to do, which was to help the team and also help the team offensively. So in whatever way the coach puts me in, I think I'll do everything I can to adapt to his style and to the style of the national team as well.
Endrick, good afternoon, back here. Yeah, I want to know how you're going to sleep on Saturday, thinking, tomorrow I'm going in and I'm going to blow a Rose's mind. Or not, I'll stay on the bench, I'll wait, I'll keep doing what I've been doing in the last games.
Good afternoon. Yeah, I think I'm going to sleep like a baby. Yeah, I'm going to be really calm because before I go to sleep, I think the most important thing is what I do, which is to say my prayer, talk to God, and stay calm, knowing that things will happen at the right time. And God has already told me that. Yeah, like I said, I didn't come here to experience something extraordinary. I came here for this. I came here to live, to show who Endrick is and who is by his side, which is my family and God. And whenever I can express that, I will express it. So I hope that, God willing, if I can get in and do something for my national team and score a goal. I hope that you look and tell me that it wasn't just me, it was me together with God and with what He put inside me.
I hope for Endrick on the right. Eduardo to Semblano, Free Clear Channel, how are you? Endrick, you arrived just as Japan stopped playing, dropped back, and stayed near their box. You play in open space, run behind the defense, and also play as a number 9. You were very centralized against a very compact Japan with very short lines. Did Ancelotti ask you to stay in the box all the time, or did he give you the freedom to switch with Reina now and then to drop back and get the ball, or did he ask you to push forward more? There, Japan took a shot on goal. Good luck. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Edu. Yes, at Allianz, the match against Japan was a wonderful game. As I said, I didn't expect to come in at that moment. Yeah, then at halftime, they called me. And I could only talk to God, asking Him to keep me calm, because it was like a spark that went off in my head. I was on the bench, not really thinking about going in, because I was there cheering, getting excited every moment. And when we went to the locker room, they told me I was going in. So I tried to stay as calm as possible and play my game, there against Japan. And that helped Brazil a lot, I was able to play as a number 9, making moves behind the defense, finding space where Kazan was able to score the first goal. And there on the second goal, I was able to help with marking, where Reinhard was able to steal the ball. So coming in to help Brazil, that is my greatest satisfaction here, and that's what I'm going to try to do and do what the coach asked. That's what I did in the last game, helping the national team, which mattered most.
Sorry?
Trina TV2 Norway here. Norway has never lost to Brazil. Please, Norway, understand Brazil. Bring joy to the Norwegian club in the big game. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Yeah, man. It's a big game with great players. Yeah, I have no doubt it's going to be a wonderful game, a game where both teams will be looking for the win at all times, with great players. And I hope we can play a wonderful game. Yeah, we're always looking to improve, always trying to do what the coach asks and to play well in every game, because we know that now there's no room for mistakes. In the last game, we started off losing, and it took us a lot to get to the second goal. So we know that even the smallest mistake will make things very difficult. So we have to keep going strong, keep working like we've done in every game. And even if we fall behind, we have to do what we did in the last game, stay calm, keep our composure, and always go for the win, because we know that now it's knockout, so we have to win. It's do or die. That's it.
Endrick, here to your right, all the way in the back, Gabby Guimarães, TV band. Hi, you have a pretty interesting relationship with Everton. And still at Palmeiras at the beginning of your professional career, he had a bet, a promise with you to give you a pair of sneakers for every goal you scored. Now that you're both on the Brazilian national team, any bets this time? Planning to buy more pricey sneakers in the US?
Good afternoon. Yeah, man, it was a wonderful moment that I had, right? Yeah, there at I think almost at my debut, we were talking about this, me and Everton, and he was able to make this bet with me, where later I was able to win 2 pairs of sneakers. But not here. I think here I'm already more relaxed. Yeah, we also chat every day. Yeah, Everton is a great friend to me. Yeah, so I'm really grateful to him for this friendship. But I'm not going to give him that help. God willing, I can help the national team, and maybe he can give me a little gift.
Marcos Paulo Lima, Correio Brasiliense, Endrick here. You're going to be a dad soon. My question for you is, are you keeping a diary of this World Cup? And what little story do you plan to tell your son when you're not the baby anymore, but he's the one who needs to sleep? What are the great stories you're going to tell about your first World Cup?
Good afternoon. Yeah, well, for me it's an honor. Yeah. I'm very grateful to God for blessing me with a wonderful family, my wife, and now my son. So I'm very happy about that. Yeah, of course, I'm counting the hours for him to arrive so I can give him a wonderful hug. And God willing, when he's born, I can tell him wonderful stories so he can get to know his father a little. But not about soccer, let it be stories about my life. So he can know Endrick the person, not Endrick the player, so he can really get to know me. And of course, as he grows up, he'll see the things his father did. I hope he can be happy about that.
Thank you, everyone. Endrick, for the record, Igor, Thiago, and Rayan didn't come to support you today, so later you need to...
They didn't come to hang out, but they're talking.
Thank you all. See you later.